Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, today we're actually going to deconstruct a sound that is literally woven right into the fabric of ancient architecture. Om. We're going to move way past the idea of it just being a simple chant, to uncover a literal map of human consciousness and a highly practical tool for focus. It's incredibly intricate, and by the end of our time together, you'll see this profound spiritual sound in a completely new structured light. Let's get into it.
So you gotta wonder, why does every truly powerful mantra begin with the exact same sound? It's a pretty brilliant hook for our investigation today. If you look across various ancient texts and traditions, you'll notice a distinct pattern. This single, ubiquitous syllable precedes almost all major chants. It's basically the universal starting line. But why? What is the actual structural logic behind placing this specific sound at the very beginning of these profound phrases?
Okay, let's dive into this with some concrete examples. Think about Om Namah Shivaya, or the incredibly famous Gayatri mantra, starting with Om Bhur-Bhuva Swaha. Even the Maha Mrityunjaya mantra begins with Om Trayambakam Yajamahe. What all of these foundational, massive mantras have in common is that they are structurally anchored by Om. It's always attached right at the front. It's never an afterthought. It's the prerequisite. It's the foundation that the rest of the mantra is built right on top of.
Here is our roadmap for today's explainer. The universal sound, Krishna, and the Gita. Decoding A, U, and M. The bow and arrow metaphor. And finally, the ultimate purpose.
Section 1. The universal sound, beyond a simple syllable.
Right off the bat, it's absolutely crucial to establish that Om isn't just some localized cultural chant. According to the ancient texts we're analyzing, it's recognized as a global, universal sound, a cosmic vibration standing as a singular word for the entirety of existence. Now, here is the real aha moment. To understand how it functions, we look at its alternative name, pranav. Etymologically, pranav comes from pra plus nav. Translated, that literally means always new. And this reveals exactly why it sits at the start of those mantras we looked at earlier. When Om is attached to a mantra, it revitalizes it. It gives constant, fresh energy and newness to the words that follow. It's like an eternal battery, constantly charging the chant with new life.
Section 2. Krishna and the Gita, the ultimate declaration.
And this brilliantly illustrates just how highly revered this syllable is. To grasp the gravity of it, we look to the Bhagavad Gita, obviously one of the most foundational philosophical texts in existence. Lord Krishna says in chapter 10, verse 25, "Among words, I am the one-syllable Om." Just think about the sheer magnitude of that statement for a second. Out of all the complex philosophies, all the vast vocabulary available to describe the divine, the grand, absolute claim is tied to this specific, singular sound. It is literally presented as the ultimate linguistic manifestation of the divine itself.
Section 3. Decoding A, U, and M, the map of consciousness.
Okay, let's shift gears from the macro view and look under the hood. The Mandukya Upanishad gives us this absolutely fascinating deconstruction. It reveals that the word Om isn't just a monolith of sound. It's essentially the ancient world's ultimate acronym. It's composed of distinct phonetic parts that seamlessly blend together. And they aren't just random sounds. The Upanishad states that these phonetic components actually map out the entirety of human consciousness.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how concrete the formula is. The sound has 4 parts: A, U, M, and the silence that follows. First up, the phonetic component A corresponds to the waking state, known as Jagrat. That's our day-to-day, conscious interaction with the physical world. Next, the U sound maps to the dreaming state, or swapna. This is our subconscious mind, the internal world we experience when we're asleep. Then we hit the M sound. This represents deep sleep, known as sushupti, total unconscious rest, without dreams or active thought. But the true brilliance of the Mandukya Upanishad is the 4th component, silence, or nishabd. The lingering silence after the sound finishes represents the 4th state, called turiya. This is the ultimate state of pure consciousness transcending the other 3. So, every single time the syllable is vocalized, it's a literal sonic journey through the entirety of human awareness, ending in pure transcendence.
Section 4. The bow and arrow metaphor, a tool for realization. So we've got this map of consciousness, but how is this actually used? Well, the Katopanishad moves Om beyond pure philosophy, framing it conceptually as a powerful weapon, a literal tool used to achieve a monumental spiritual goal. And what's wild here is the physical observation. The text notes that the written symbol of Om itself even physically resembles a drawn bow. This isn't just some abstract idea. It is a structural visual cue meant to instruct the practitioner on exactly how to wield it.
So the crucial point is how this metaphor lines up perfectly. Think about the physical side: a bow, an arrow, and a target. Now, Lakatopanishad provides the spiritual meaning for that. The bow is Om, the arrow is your mind, and the target is Brahman, the ultimate reality. The instruction is super clear and practical. You must take your mind, which, needs to be controlled and sharp, just like a good arrow, and place it onto the bow of Om. By drawing back this bow through chanting and focus, you aim your mind directly at the target. If your mind is controlled and your tool is utilized correctly, you strike the target, attaining Brahman. It completely turns chanting into an active, focused discipline of spiritual marksmanship.
Section 5. The ultimate purpose, fulfillment, and meaning.
We've explored the universal energy, the map of consciousness, and the focused weapon. Now the Taittiriya Upanishad ties this entire architectural map together. It confirms that the act of chanting and meditating on Om is definitely not an empty ritual. It is the ultimate key to attaining Brahman. But more than that, it's presented as the exact mechanism that can truly complete and give profound meaning to a human life. The whole shebang is the tool meant to fulfill our existence. The more one meditates on and chants this structured sound, the closer they get to that ultimate realization and existential fulfillment.
To wrap up our explainer today, I want to leave you with a final, provocative thought. We've seen the incredible architecture behind this single sound, how it maps out waking, dreaming, deep sleep, and transcendence. But most importantly, we've learned it's a tool. It is a bow just waiting to be drawn. So I ask you, now that you know Om is a bow, what target will your mind aim for today? Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive. Keep aiming, keep learning, and I will see you in the next explainer.